Hey guys, all right, in this video we're going to talk about types of balancing that you can do, and I'm going to talk about specific crystals and oils that we can do with it. So I'm holding in my hand a beautiful piece of bloodstone. Bloodstone is fantastic for working the first 4 chakras. Okay, so I actually bought 2 pieces of bloodstone. One is green in its appearance and one is quite red and green in its appearance. And what I'm actually going to do on Mel is, because she's got a blanket over her, and if you imagine the root chakra, it spins in a vortex that actually points downwards. So it's like a cone shape that pushes down to the earth. So because she's got a blanket on her, I'm just going to rest that crystal between her knees, because that's where that chakra energy flows to, okay? And then I'm going to take the other green one and place it on her heart chakra, okay? Now, based on the fact that we're talking about 4 chakras here, and the heart is the balance point, we want to look at a selection of oils either individually that represent something emotionally in each of these chakra regions. And I would encourage you to look at a book that was written by a guy called Daniel McDonald. It's very hard to get your hands on. You can only buy secondhand copies, and it's called Healing with Emotional Oils. Healing with Essential Oils. Sorry, Healing with Essential Oils. So you could choose single oils from that. So oils like Palmarosa, grapefruit. Let's start with grapefruit because I can remember what that is off the top of my head. Grapefruit's the oil of physicality. So we could actually use a drop of grapefruit on our hands and start working this area of the body, because it's related to a lot of things physically. It's related to survival. It's even related to our finances. That's how much it's related to our survival. So our survival and our root chakra is a physicality kind of thing. But then having said that, we might be living in a lack mentality. So our finances aren't great. We might be struggling to secure the job that we want. That's related to our sacral chakra and our solar plexus and our root chakra, okay? Because our root chakra defines whether we feel abundant, and then our sacral chakra defines or helps to govern our creativity and engaging in our soul's passions. And then our solar plexus is relevant about who we feel we are and how we present ourselves to the world. So if all of those three things are in balance, then it's going to be really hard for me to have some sort of job that I absolutely love or create some sort of financial abundance in my life, because there's conflicting emotions going on here. So an oil like abundance would be beautiful to work if that was the topic of what a person wanted to work on. So you're going to have clients come to you who go, I'm really struggling with this emotionally. And then you're going to be able to support them in that balance because they're already aware of the emotion. But then there'll be days where you'll have clients that reach out to you because they don't understand what's going on and they don't have any concept of themselves emotionally. And it's our job to start them with small steps towards those awarenesses, okay? So the bloodstone is really good. So you can work 4 chakras at once, all right? And we would do the same balancing methods that you saw me demonstrating before, starting with the root chakra, working on the sacral, working to the solar plexus, and then, if someone was struggling with that, I would say that there's probably some false belief systems that they're holding on to about themselves. And so then the bloodstone on the heart, maybe even with forgiveness on the heart, or, a drop of forgiveness, a drop of joy, a drop of acceptance. This is where the emotional blends are going to play a huge part. And there's no right or wrong one. I'm not saying to you, I want you to use forgiveness here and acceptance there. Like the feelings kit is a wonderful way to balance the chakras, the Young Living's feelings kit. So it's really important that you have a variety of the emotional oils with you to select from for yourself and for your clients, but to trust your intuition and what you feel guided to use. Having said that, make sure you check your modification table to make sure that there's no contraindications, because even though we're not necessarily putting it on their skin, they'll be on your hands, and you may touch the person or however it works. Just be mindful of your contraindications. Know what oils they can't have, if any at all. All right, so that's one type of balancing with the bloodstone and the 4 chakras. Another type of balancing that you can do is working the first, the third, and the crown, okay? And the reason is there's a sequence there. So when we're feeling a little lost within ourselves, we're not so grounded, and we feel quite disconnected from the divine. So that lost feeling of who am I, what's my purpose, what am I doing, can sometimes cause a synchronistic imbalance between the first, third, and 7th chakra. So this is where a stone like citrine is really powerful. And frankincense is the oil, emotionally it's the oil of truth, okay? So I would use something like citrine, and I'm holding a piece of citrine that's not been heat treated, so it's quite dark in colour. And it's the first time I've ever seen it when I purchased it, and it feels completely vibrationally different to the orangey yellowy with the white tip bit citrine that you more commonly see in crystal shops and things like that. So if you can get your hands on well, you will be able to because our supplier has them, but if you can get your hands on a piece of this citrine, it's just amazing. It comes from, I believe, Brazil. So yeah, really, really beautiful stone. So I'm just going to place that on the on the solar plexus. No, sorry. So I'm going to place that on her solar plexus, and then I might use grounding oil on my hands to work on that first chakra. I might use clarity oil around her solar plexus to help her feel stronger in who she is, because this is her will, this is her confidence, this is her drive, this is her courage, comes and stems from her solar plexus. So when you're not feeling grounded, you don't feel strong in those things. So we'd start with some grounding oil, or cedarwood, like a beautiful tree oil, is a good way to help a person ground. Frankincense is just magic for everything. So you could start with frankincense, work on some clarity, and then frankincense on the crown chakra area, because frankincense, as I said before, is emotionally the oil of truth. So what you're then effectively asking with intention from the first chakra is, with frankincense, ground me in truth. The next oil we're going to use is clarity, help me to be clear about the truth. To the crown chakra, connect me to the divine truth. Okay, so there's an asking happening in that. Okay, so that's another beautiful balance. And there's lots of different reasons you would use that particular balance, and you'll feel guided to it. And we do have a little breakdown sheets for you so that you can remember what they are, and you'll be able to print them off, laminate them, and stick them on your wall to remind you of those types of sequences. All right, so that's 1 to 3. Another beautiful stone that you can use for that is tiger's eye. And if you think about the colours involved in tiger's eye, there's beautiful dark blacks and browns. Now, traditionally, gemstones in those shades are very grounding when it comes to chakra balancing. So again, that first chakra, and it has a point to it, so we can direct it. We can direct it specifically to the solar plexus. And then we can smooth it along to the crown chakra, okay? Tiger's eye is also good for just 1 to 3. First, second, and third chakra. Just got some extra notes here that I want to make sure I cover with you guys. Right, okay. There's 2 more sequences I want to show you. One is solar plexus, heart, and throat. You would still start at the base chakra. So when we're talking about different types of balancing, we would still start at the base chakra. You may only spend a minute or 2 there though, okay? We have to have the starting place. From the root chakra, then we're going to move straight to the solar plexus, because, Mel turned up today and she said, I'm really stuck, I'm feeling stagnant. I know what I need to say, but I'm having trouble saying it. I'm mixing my words. So you say, okay, no worries. That's about who she is and being strong and and confident in what she wants to say. It's about honouring her heart, okay? Because she's struggling to find the words. She's not sure how to honour her heart. That's the only reason we will ever struggle to speak or say anything, is because we are unsure how to honour our own process. And sometimes when we have emotional addictions and other people liking us or needing something from them, we will not honour our heart and tell them what they want to hear over what we truly feel, okay? So we don't want to do that. We want to create a balanced place where Mel can recognize it. So she starts off in a grounded place. She comes to this recognition of, yeah, no, that's right. I can be confident about this. I know who I am. And then we move her into the heart space that says, okay, if I love myself and I'm compassionate with myself, I will honor what I feel to be true. And in that, we can then move to the throat to then work on the throat chakra, to opening that, to find a way to deliver it with love. Okay? So that's another beautiful sequence that you can use. Any of these sequences that we show you though, predominantly you're always going to start with the root chakra first. And a lot of people who are mentally creative and busy thinkers, good negotiators, all that sort of thing, they're often very upper chakra dominant, but a lot of imbalance down here. And then people who are really athletic and sporty and, team players and lots of drive, lots of enthusiasm, they're very balanced here, but they might be really disconnected spiritually and have not a great deal of awareness of themselves emotionally because of it. Okay, so just feel out what your clients need, but there's no wrong way. You can go from the first chakra to the seventh, back to the fifth, fifth, back to the fourth, up to the sixth, back to the second, whatever you feel that person needs in that moment. The rule of thumb is we always start with the root chakra. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that, guys. There's lots of different types of balancing that you can evolve and create yourself. And that's one of the things that I love about chakra balancing in particular. And I'll give you a few guidelines on what we talked about with the crystals that you could use and some suggested essential oils, but please by no means do not think that you have to do it that way. We want to encourage you to explore, experiment on yourself, explore with your clients what works for them, what doesn't. All right, thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.